Jesus knows what it means, and Jesus has an understanding, and that's why he says, hey, she's anointed me, or she's done this for my burial. In other words, she's identifying something prophetic that all the rest of you haven't been able to figure out, even though I've been telling you about it for weeks and months and years. And this woman has caught it, and she's responding to my value right away, and she's responding to the value of what my death is going to mean. And she's responding to the value of what my resurrection is going to mean. She's seeing it. Come on. We got to shout for victory before the victory. We got to celebrate the breakthrough before the breakthrough. And that is exactly what this woman is doing. And so, but it's not just the oil that is the celebration here. It is also the value that's found in the flask. Alabaster was brought in, imported from Egypt, and this is not, if you look at the word, you examine the word, you realize that it's not the breaking of a seal. The word literally means crush or shattered. So you break a seal, you just pull it apart. In this case, he's talking about, and there were specially designed alabaster jars or flasks where it was actually sealed with the alabaster. So the only way you could access the fragrance inside that sealed bottle or that bottle of oil is you had to literally snap the neck. And if you'd snap the neck, then guess what? You were committed to the whole expression of what was in the bottle. Because the value of the alabaster flask wasn't only in its contents, but it was in its container. And I want you to understand that too many times we think about our value, the value of what's in us. Christ in us, the hope of glory, the love that I have, the joy that I have, the things that I feel. We value the stuff that's in us. But God says, I want you to value who you are as an individual. I want you to value that you hold something. So you yourself are of value. In fact, the scriptures say we are vessels of honor and we are vessels of dishonor. So there's this idea that we carry something precious, but it's not just the thing that we carry that's precious, but it's what we are that's precious as well. And some of us in this season are going through this moment where we're experiencing breaking. And we're feeling broken in our hearts, and we're feeling broken in our thinking, and we're feeling broken for our nation, and we're feeling broken for loved ones, and we're feeling broken because of loss, or we're feeling broken because of injustice, whatever is driving our brokenness. But here's what I want you to understand. When this woman made the commitment to break this jar, she was committing the contents. She was committing to accessing the contents, not piecemeal. Listen, you're not going to get this thing a little bit at a time. I'm not going to just dab a little here and a little there and make this thing last. No, when I break this thing, it's all coming out. It's all or nothing. And doesn't it feel like that's kind of the world we're in right now? It's like all or nothing. We're swinging way to one side or way to the other side, and there's all this all or nothing. Well, I think that impulse isn't a bad impulse. It's the issue of where we're directing it that matters. And I love this woman because she has this incredible desire to direct everything that she has towards the Lord. She had a total commitment of the flask. She had a total commitment of breaking the flask. If she didn't, the perfume couldn't be accessed. Because you couldn't just take a little bit here and a little bit there. Are you with me? I've got somewhere I'm going with this, trust me. Because ultimately, what's inside can only be known if the flask is broken. Now, I'm going to suggest that we really don't know who we are. We always have a great idea of who we think we are. We always have a great idea of how we think we'll handle something. We have convinced ourselves of how have you ever heard yourself say, I would never do that? I would never say that. I would never go there. Or I would always. It's interesting, some of you got an email from me this week that wasn't from me. It was an email asking you for money. When have I ever asked you for money that wasn't related to missions? When have I ever sent you an email and said, help me buy gift cards for somebody? No, I don't do that, folks. I'll never say never, but I don't do that. It's just not something I do. And some of you saw it right away. You're like, whoa, 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 this is a phishing email. It's the wrong kind of, so you sent out, you said, hey, Pastor, thought you ought to know, or hey, Pastor, did you send me an email? And so I had to answer a whole lot of texts about no, that wasn't me, and so on and so forth. So what was my point to that? I have no idea, but the point is, oh, I know where I was going. There's, we have this idea of who we are and what we are, but we really, really, really don't know until something gets broken.